Good day, students. So today we are on the module 9 topic in SSC 112, which is the methodologies and approaches to community information collection and information action across disciplines. At the end of this module, you are expected to explain the principles and processes used in collecting community information and apply systematic social research methods in collecting community information. So you're expected to be aware of and appreciate the principles and processes, methodologies, and approaches of data collection. You are expected to demonstrate your understanding through development of a community action plan using participatory approaches. A community action plan is a means to make a community attain its goals. The plan identifies and explains the steps that must be undertaken to reach the community's goals and objectives. It has the following elements: activities, objective of the activities, person in charge, resource needed, schedule, time, and venue. The objectives must be specific, measurable, action-oriented, reachable, and time-bound. So now we're going to enter in the part 1 or lesson 1 of this module, the principles and processes in getting community information. So before delving into the processes and methods used in collecting community information, you should understand the definition of community profiling. So what is community profiling? A community profile should be sound, accurate, and relevant. Thus, the process of collecting the necessary data should observe ethical processes and cultural standards and respect community values and principles. The notion of community profiling involves active community involvement. A profiling process fully supported by the key stakeholders in the community would result in a more comprehensive community profile. Community profiling with the active participation of the community is an empowering process as it will enhance the people's technical and analytical capacities. Also, it will provide them with another perspective of their community and an opportunity for active participation in the development of their community. So we have the elements of community. The first is the area as a place to live. So ano ba yung tinatawag natin na the area as a place to live? The quality of the physical environment and the people's attitudes to living there, the extent to which needs are matched with resources, and the extent to which local facilities meet people's goals and aspirations. So, ito yung lugar na kung saan sila naninirahan at ito yung kwalidad ng kanilang physical na environment or tirahan. The second, the quality as a social community. Residents' involvements in the social life of the community. The extent to which the community is supportive, formal, and informal networks. The third one, the area as economic community. Income levels and employment prospects of residents, prosperity, and valuability of local shops. Number 4, the area as a political community. Systems and structures of political representation and local area management. The extent to which local people can influence decisions that affect them. The degree of involvement in local decision-making, participation in community organizations. Next is number 5, the area as personal space. So the degree of attachment that people have to the local area, memories and life experiences of the local people. Number 6, the area as a part of its city, infrastructural, economic, and social linkages between the local area and the city or district of which is a part, the specific local identity, and or that differentiates the community from the rest of the area. So you can check the source of this information dito sa link na nasa baba. This one, ito. Okay, so next, let's proceed. The process of collecting community information or creating a community profile is not easy task, so hindi siya madali. Full sensitivity and care must be observed during the whole process of information collection. So, kailangan nandoon yung sensitivity natin sa pag-collect natin ng mga information. And respect must be accorded to the people, place, culture, physical settings, and environment. So, it should be always applied in the place, people, culture, or sa kanilang physical settings at environment. Okay, so next natin ay yung manual on the estate or barangay level productivity systems, assessment, and planning methodology of the Philippines or partnership for the development of human resources. So this may serve as reminders in understanding or appreciating a community. So number 1, meron tayong tinatawag na offsetting biases. So ano ba yung tinatawag na offsetting biases? So this set an atmosphere of being relaxed. Do not rush. Put the collection process in its perspective. You are in the community because you want to know the community. So hindi ka nandyan para sa wala. But you are not in the community to lecture or to impose what you know. So, hindi lang yun eh. But to listen to the concerns and priorities of the people and not yours. So, hindi ikaw naparoon para sa sarili mo, kundi nandoon ka para makinig ka sa kanilang mga concern at makinig ka rin dun sa kanilang mga priority. So, that's why it is being called as offsetting biases. So, dapat ay magiging fair tayo. Number 2, a reversal of learning. Change your perspective from being know-it-all to being a community learner. So, from knowing it all to being a community learner. So, kailangan baguhin mo yung perspective mo into community learner. So, the process requires that you go to the site and get to know the people. So, you're going to the site, tapos kikilalanin mo yung mga tao and gain from the local, physical, technical, and social knowledge. And you're going to create a meaningful encounter with the people. So, mas kikilalanin mo pa yung mga tao doon sa komunidad na iyon. The third one, learning rapidly and progressively. This involves a conscious exploration of many possibilities in terms of methodologies and processes. You must be flexible in your approach. So, kinakailangan talaga malawak yung pag-approach mo or you are flexible enough to reach them out. So, be open to improvement and change your techniques as necessary. This is for you kasi ito rin ay constructive criticism eh. Diba? Para sa'yo rin yan. And kinakailangan you are always open for that. Okay. And then, number 4, we have local facilitating. Ano bang meron sa local facilitating? So, this is the process of including the local people to lead or co-lead in the investigation, collection, consolidation, analysis, presentation, and learning of the data. So, you're going to allow the local people na sila yung magli-lead or mag-co-lead doon sa mga investigation activities sa collection, pag-consolidate, pag-analyze, at doon maging sa representation or presentation ng mga learning of the data. Number 5 is self-critical awareness and responsibility. So this refers to the continuing examination of behavior among the outsider facilitators. It entails a process of check and balance and learning from mistakes. Accept responsibility rather than sticking to on a rigid set of rules. So, from the title itself, self-critical awareness, so you should be aware as always and be responsible enough because this is pertaining to continuing examination. So, simultaneously, tuloy-tuloy yung pag-examine doon sa behavior ng mga outsider facilitators. And, kumbaga, you're going to check and balance. So, alamin natin kung ano ba yung mga mistakes, ano ba yung kinakailangang i-improve. Okay? And you have to accept the responsibility, of course. Lastly, number 6, sharing of information and ideas. So, you have to establish a space for sharing of information and ideas between the people in the community and the facilitators, as well as between different facilitators. So, kinakailangan ay magkaroon tayo ng space for sharing. So, dapat ay ma-establish yun. Yung space for sharing natin ng mga information and ideas doon sa mga tao na nasa komunidad.